Hello, good evening. Welcome along to the Modus Super Series. And what is the final night of qualification ahead of tomorrow evening's finals at the Live Lounge in Portsmouth. We already know that the Canadian Jeff Smith's going to be through. He won Group A on Monday, Tuesday and Wednesday. And this afternoon, we confirmed the names of Shane Hayward and Marina Mikkels through to the finals fold on Saturday. Tonight is about finalising the final 3 spots. And this is what happened on night 1 of Group B. And Mould's going to follow suit. He's going to have a dart of double 18. That's superb. It's an exchange and ton plus checkout to the beginning of this contest.
Squeezing up the idea here of not going for the ball. But he does, and he hits.
Tops. Oh, beautiful. It's a 12 dart. It's a 116. Tops. Oh, beautiful. And we go the distance. Double 12. Oh, this is majestic from Jim Long. Top plus checkout yet this evening. Good change here, top to the match. He climbs the ladder towards success, and Justin Hood gets the better of Chris Quantock by 4. So that was the best of the action in Group B on night 1. This is how the table looks following the first night's play. Jim Long won each of his first 4 matches, and so he's pretty much a win away from making it through to tomorrow night's final tonight, joining his compatriot Jeff Smith in the running. Justin Hood won 3 from 4 in this fairly uniform table. Adam Lipscombe in 3rd place on 4 points. This is how the betting looks ahead of this evening's action. Jim Long goes off the 8-15 favourite. Justin Hood 7-4 second favourite. This is to go on and win the group. Chris Quantock, the outside at 50-1. He was one of the players to beat yesterday. Put in some good averages, but didn't quite get the results. Just 1 win from his night. Be interesting to see how he gets on the scene. So that's how the outrights look. It's 18+, begambleaware.org if you're going to have a flutter on the Super Series this evening. So as far as yesterday was concerned, it was Jim Long who was word perfect, the Canadian picking up all 8 points, but the player who is providing the closest opposition is Justin Hood. He won 3 from 4 yesterday, and he improved as the night went along. He's hoping to make it through to another finals night, and he's looking to win a second week here at the Live Lounge in Portsmouth. A win in his first match against Adam Mould would mean that he'll be level on 8 points with the Canadian leader at the top of the group. And early on this evening, Chris Murphy caught up with Justin to get his assessment ahead of tonight's play.
Justin, Friday night here at the Super Series, 3 wins on Thursday. Just sum up how you're feeling trying to qualify for Saturday.
Yeah, I didn't think I played that well last night, but I won 3 out of 4 games, so hopefully I can improve my performance tonight and pick up 4 wins.
Since you were last here, of course, you've had that challenge to a title. Just tell us what that meant to you.
Yeah, it was a big thing for me mentally. It's like getting over the line is probably the hardest thing in darts. And in the final, I sat there beforehand and I was like, I'm not losing this game. And I performed brilliantly in the final. So,
do you think what you've done here has helped your game in PDC events and elsewhere?
Oh, massively. It's when you come up here and you win the week like I did on debut, and the confidence it gives you to go into other comps. And like I said, I went up there and I knew I could win one, but until you do, it's like the monkey off your back at the end of the day, and it felt good to win it. Having
won one, what has it done for your own personal expectation in terms of doing that again and maybe getting the chance to go on and win the big one at Champions Week?
Yeah, every time I'm here, it's not that I expect to win. I know I can win it. I've won one before, and I'm sure I can win tomorrow if I get through.
Back to tonight, I mean, these groups aren't getting any easier every time you come. It's decorated with really talented players. But look, you beat 3 of them. Only Jim Long got the better of you. Have you got a score to settle there, or is it just about getting enough points?
Just all about getting through. Doesn't matter how. If I win 1 game tonight and get through, brilliant. If I win all 4, happy days.
Well, good luck.
Thank you very much.
Justin Hood is a man that enjoys his darts and enjoys that winning feeling, something that he has found a fair bit recently, not just on this stage, but on the Challenge Tour at the weekend, beating Dragutin Horvat to pick up his first PDC title up against a man who's made a semi-final on the Challenge Tour in the past. But Justin Hood is the man that's keeping the closest opposition to Jim Long at the top of the table, whilst Adam Mould is still searching for his first win of this Group B, the 36-year-old from Aylesbury, who are going to be on target tonight, and he's going to have to, you sense, win at least 3 from 4. He's going to stand a chance of making it through, and probably realistically going to have to go through the card. As for Justin Hood, Challenge Tour winner, you can see there at the weekend, the man from Glastonbury is hoping that he's going to be darting with delight when it comes to tomorrow night, alongside myself, Henry Deacon, in the commentary box. It's a very good evening to Chris Murphy.
Good evening, Henry. Good evening, everybody. Been looking forward to this all day.
First leg,
Group
it's
B
Adam to throw first. Game on.
really does leap off the page. It's a very, very heavily stacked group. I would go as far to say that if you took any of the 5 players out of this group and put them in Group C that we saw this afternoon, you would expect them to have qualified. 2 of them will miss out, of course. Adam Mould is the man with the biggest mission on his hands, having not picked up any points yesterday, but we know the ability of Mouldy with all the success he's had on the ADC in the last 12 months.
Well, let me back your
60.
point up a little bit further as to the quality in this Group B. Adam Lipscombe had the lowest running average last night, and he averaged 87.7 for the 4 games that he played. Now, in Group C, that would have been more than enough to have sent him through. And Adam Mould averaged 88.5 for yesterday's action, and he won through to Group B from the last game in Group A.
Well, he's going to have to start winning soon. If he loses this match,
125.
both Justin Hood and Jim Long are uncatchable for Adam Mould. And then if Adam Lipscombe can be the first to beat Jim Long, then suddenly he finds himself 6 points adrift of the top 3 with only that many to play for. I'd go as far as to say this is must win for Mouldy.
Not often do players get to go through on 6 points in a Group B, and that's usually because everybody's tightly compact. Not usually in a table this tight. Usually you have one player that dominates proceedings, and then everybody else is kind of on a similar total. But when it's uniform, there's just
64.
little gaps that just appear
Justin,
here and there.
16.
But Hood leaving a double after 12 to take the opening leg against Fro. And it makes the mission for Mouldy just that little bit more difficult. Justin Hood up and running with a 14-dart break.
Second leg, it's Justin to throw first. Game on.
Adam Mould pondering a way back into this match and a way back into this group. We do expect to be seeing him, of course, don't we, at the end of the year
93.
in that inaugural ADC Global Championship, a prize fund of more than £85,000 up for grab there. A couple of weeks Super Series style and a grand finals featuring
81.
the top 8 players. And well, Adam Mould has been sort of the poster boy for success at the ADC, hasn't he? Top of the UK rankings and on course to be one of the
96
players that qualifies by right.
Well, he's the number 1 place player in the UK table now. You haven't been switched in the last few days. The ADC announced the Global
140.
Championship will be heading to the live lounge just before Christmas for a couple of weeks. And the top 4 players in the UK table, which Adam Mould heads alongside the top 4 players in the Women's Championship Tour table,
58.
as well as the top 2 players in the Women's Tour table and a number of other European and international tables, will all jouted out over a couple of weeks in the Super Series form before a finals day on the Sunday,
140.
which will be played over an extended format. The winner will pick up £25,000 from an £85,000 prize pool to end the year here in Portsmouth.
98. Adam, you require 140.
Can Mould show why he's top of that ranking? I want to at least leave tops here. I need to be careful not to bust his score. and
100.
That's exactly the way to
Justin,
go about
you require
it.
156.
Forcing Hood to take out the 156 to save throw, and he's not going to. And so, just like Justin Hood in the previous leg, Mould has left himself on a double after a dozen darts
Adam, you require 40.
to get the break and to square this contest up. Double 10, clean bed to aim at. But not
30.
found, and Hood's got the opportunity
Justin,
to double
you
his
require
advantage.
22.
Double 11 is the target
Game shot on the second
finds
leg.
it.
Justin Hood.
as he stretches his lead. That little red striding Hood.
Third leg, it's Adam to throw first. Game on.
30 darts for the first 2 legs. Justin Hood's halfway towards equalising Jim Long's points total
60.
in this Group B.
$137. $140.
Well, not playing badly, but in terms of results so far, Adam Mould is having a stinker.
99.
It just shows the quality of this group, doesn't it, that we spoke about at the start of this match.
And unfortunately, that for Mould has been going over a course of time because it's kind of been the story of his week.
140.
When he's been playing good stuff, people have been throwing stuff back at him. He's just not had a moment's peace at all. But back-to-back 140s here. He's left himself on a finish after 9.
133.
But symptomatic to his week. He's not going to get a moment's peace from the 161.
You know, the way it's going for both
60.
players, I quite
Justin, you
fancy
require
Justin Hood to take out the 132, you know. I quite fancy him. You'll need treble 19 and the bull. Oh. Well, I
46.
believed in you, Justin.
Adam, you require 101.
It's the hope that kills you. Treble 19. Not to be, and so Hood's going to come back for 86. May just be a
49.
dart to the bullseye
Justin,
here
you
to
require 86.
obtain the double break. Bullseye.
61.
Just above the wire. He got the
Adam, you
line, he got the
require
length, but not quite the
52.
execution.
Game shot on
Well,
the
that
third
was much
leg.
needed.
Adam Mould.
Mould gets a foothold in the game. But can he reel Hood back in?
Fourth flag. It's Justin to throw first. Game on.
You look at the scoring power pack in this game, particularly in the 2 treble department, you'd sense that Adam will get opportunities. Have a look at that.
81.
4 visits of 2 trebles or more compared to the one of Justin Hood. Admittedly, you should caveat one of those 5-ton plus visits into the 140 plus visit effectively
100.
because it was 2 treble 19s and a single, which is where I suppose darts is moving into that new age as to where do statistical lines really get drawn.
98.
It's not always so much about what you hit, but when you hit it.
108.
And that is perfectly timed by Mould, who needs to get this break a throw and would rather get it sooner than later.
96.
Well, he's just beginning to look more likely, isn't he? Finding that first dart with a bit more regularity.
100.
And he'll be disappointed he couldn't follow up.
Hood has to be careful to ensure a finish is left.
59. Adam, you require 121.
He has been, but Mould has a better one in front of him. The ball.
96.
Felt he had to go for it,
Justin,
even with
you
Justin
require
on such a
167.
difficult checkout. Henry, you were talking about statistics. Well, the stats say that he shouldn't have gone for that.
57.
Probability suggests that
Adam, you
laying up is a
require
better shot
25.
there. Give yourself 3 darts at the outer ring. He only has 2 and only
Game
needs
shot
1.
on the fourth flag.
for 2-2.
Adam Mould.
Well, the stats will tell you there that Adam Mould took that leg out in 14 darts, and from 2-0 down, he's
Fifth
brought this
flag,
game
it's
back
Adam
to
to
2
throw
apiece.
first.
Returning the game to
on.
throw, and he's given that man in your picture there, Justin Hood, a couple of questions of which to answer.
100.
Good evening to everybody in the YouTube chat.
100.
Someone in the chat saying, well, they've made their own connection. They asked the question, then answered it themselves 2 minutes later. Why does Justin Hood
97.
remind me of the villain in Thunderbirds? And then they realise it's because he is called the Hood.
$140.
Be an awful game of Guess Who, wouldn't it, if you answered it by yourself?
Or some of us after Henry. I don't think we'll have the need to start asking random questions to the chat tonight. I think this group will go a little bit deeper. We'll have less dead rubbers than we had this afternoon.
59.
If you weren't watching this afternoon, you don't know what you missed.
$128.
Maybe we'll do a reenactment sometime, eh?
$102. Adam, you require 80.
Well, these haven't been a key attribute to Adam Mould this week. But
Game
finally, he's
shot on the
pinning these
fifth flag, Adam
pops and
Mould.
he's 3-2 to the goods.
Well, we said must win, and he's turned it around from 2-0 behind
Sixth
to 3-2
flag, it's
ahead.
Justin to throw first. Game on.
And the quality as well. Back-to-back 14 darters in the last 2 legs.
96.
A Mould win, of course, would guarantee that if Jim Long won his next game, he would be through. If you get to 10 points and everybody has points, and that is certain.
131.
Although I can't really conceive a scenario where 10 points wouldn't be enough. It would mean 4 players tied on 10, wouldn't it?
And if you look at the player in 3rd place, let alone 4th place, he's
96.
got a 13-leg swing on Adam Lipscombe right now. Okay, things have been brought in more equally, but even if the defeats were by a small margin on 10 points, it wouldn't do any damage
47.
towards his hopes.
Well, Hood hoping to hold and at least make Mould serve it out here. Long takes on Lipscombe actually in the
51.
next game. And then Hood returns to face Quantock.
Which could either be the best or worst scenario for Justin Hood. He could either be through after a couple of games, or he could be
140.
in a position of peril after a couple of games. And Chris Quantock, I think, is the player to look out for this evening. The numbers he punched in yesterday was as good as
94.
anybody in the group. He just didn't get any rub of the green, all told.
Since last time he was here, he's actually grown a bigger beard than Justin.
Gosh, Andreas Harris, I thought maybe that's a trend to
Justin,
follow.
you require 164.
This to take us all the way, and he may have to take it out because Mould's left on 43 to win it. Bullseye.
139.
Not far away, but this
Adam,
for the
you require
match.
43.
Well, he's lost that dart. He needed the 11. He's hit the 8. So he'll go for the 3. And now he gets what he wanted in the first place. But only 1 dart at it.
27.
And those are the margins
Justin, you
that
require 25.
could be the difference between not just winning this match and losing it, but qualifying and not.
You may get a sense that his week could have well hinged on those darts.
Nine.
Justin Hood cannot capitalise on the
Adam, you require
opportunity.
16.
And Mould's going to come back for 3 more. Double 4, now down for double 2.
$12.
The darts of a man that hasn't
Justin,
got a
you
win in this
require
group.
16.
Oh, that's made it awkward. Very, very difficult. No idea how he's going to get this through.
Game
That's
shot on the
how.
sixth flag,
Wow.
Justin
What a
Hood.
dart that is from Justin Hood. How on earth? How on earth?
7th and
And that has
final
got
leg.
to hurt
It's
Adam
to throw
Mould,
first.
who would have been
Game
certain
on.
of coming back for more opportunities to win the match.
Forget Justin Hood, that was Justin Houdini. And we go all the way to a last leg
80.
decider. Adam Mould has got the advantage of throw, but that spit out rejected dart there has given the impetus back to Justin.
Yeah, when you're at the top, they go in.
58.
When you're at the bottom, they don't. It's as simple as that, and that's what's happening here.
137.
Well, there was a thought that that Adam Mould needed to improve tonight. Well, he has improved in this
59.
first game, average of over 94.5, but 3 from 11 on the doubles. He's had opportunities to get over the line, hasn't been able to take them, but you get the sense he's going to get
96.
more opportunities in this leg. He's used the advantage of throw that he had in this last leg, especially following that first turn to a
96.
perfect degree. And he's got 6 here from 188 to get the job done.
Mould had it in his hands.
95.
Lost that grip, but has the opportunity once again.
93 points away.
56.
Getting himself on the board
Adam, you
and
require
keeping himself in
93.
contention and keeping Justin Hood at bay. 72 left. With treble 16. Well, that was the intention, but not the execution.
53.
And eventually leaves himself on tops.
Got a little bit of time to think about it again. Hood himself may use the bullseye to
65.
achieve
Adam, you
some kind of
require
finish,
40.
but this is the moment for Mould. And
Game
this
shot,
time
on
he
the mark,
takes it.
Adam
This
Mould.
time he wins. And Mould gets himself into contention in Group B. Justin Hood cannot add to his 6-point tally from yesterday. Adam Mould will finally have something to smile about. Not quite sure what is going on between himself and the referee, Jack Garwood, right now. I think he found Mould's performance so red hot that his glasses steamed up during that one. Mould very, very happy in the end. Happy Feet shuffles off the stage, having lost for the second time. Mould, having won for the first time, gets himself into the race. He's just 2 points away from the provisional qualification spots now, but one player could actually secure qualification if he wins the next game. That's Jim Long, who takes on Adam Lipscombe.
Hang on a minute.
Wow! Oh my God! Well, that's £100 down the drain already.
Itching to hit the 180.
He's gone for the maximum.
18 for the bull. Bull.
53.
No, he said bull. That's a great first start from Adam. Oh, look at this. He's going to leave Scape.
Oh, can you believe it? That is unbelievable. Get match darts to put his team into the final. And through to the final they go. Charlie Murphy has hit the match-winning dart on both occasions. Double 4 for the title.
Please show your appreciation for the winner of the Influencer Pairs event, George Scaife and Adam Lipscombe.
He seems to be out. That's what he is. Charlie Murphy. A couple more visits yet. We're not going to need that.
Bosh,
Pie Face is through. He gets
and
there
he's
in the end.
absolutely buzzing.
It was a game that Pie Face dominated throughout.
Welcome back to the Modus Super Series, where before the break, Adam Mould put himself back in contention in terms of qualification through to tomorrow night's final with a 4-3 win against Justin Hood. But all eyes now were on that man who's just retrieving his practice darts, Jim Long. He takes on Adam Lipscombe, the local favourite, the baby boy, 32 years of age, from Paulsgrove on the outskirts of Portsmouth. Are going to make it through to a third consecutive weekly final at the Super Series, up against that man there, Jim Long, the 56-year-old from London, Ontario, who is one win away at any point tonight from qualification through to tomorrow evening's final. You could actually say that he's probably going to be through no matter what because of that win for Adam Mould, but he can dot the I's, cross the T's and punch his ticket through to tomorrow evening's finale if he can win this second game of our evening session. He was so good last night,
it's Adam
but
to throw first.
you may remember on Monday he was running red hot and it just saddled away a little bit on Tuesday. He'd be hoping it's not the case here on this Friday night.
That is compatriot Jeff Smith already
100.
through, having won Group A ahead of Jim. And also this afternoon we saw Moreno Michels and Shane Hayward for the first time make it through to finals night. And he said he hopes that it is
91.
a packed house. Well, I can tell Shane that it will be if Adam Lipscombe manages to qualify. Of all of the players in each series,
99.
forget about Bo Greaves, even forget about Luke Littley when he was here. If you want a guaranteed sellout, Adam Lipscombe is the man to provide it. So much support here in
100.
Portsmouth. And if you want to be part of the party, you can be here. Tickets are available. Scan that
60.
QR code. And you better do it quick, because as soon as Lipscombe qualifies, they'll all be gone. If indeed he does make it through. Just £2 for a really top night out of sporting entertainment, up close and personal, mixing with the players.
140.
Ticking the Modus Super Series off your chuck it list.
140.
Well, can Long kickstart with a fish? Be some way to
170.
kickstart the evening's action. Not going to go, and so Lipscombe 102 to take out this opening leg. Here 102 yesterday evening in his opening game against Adam Mould. That was on the back of Mouldy's 170.
30. Adam, you require 102.
102 on offer for Adam. 77 remaining.
62. Jim, you require 140.
Jim was on one long shot, now he's on another one.
And now an impossible shot. And now looking to find a way through the drawbridge into the trouble to leave himself on
60.
top. Unable to
Adam, you
do so.
require 40.
But Lipscomb's left himself on that target. And he's going to find that
Shot on the
target to
first
move 1-0
leg,
to the
Adam
good.
Lipscombe.
And this would be
Second
bad
leg,
news
it's
for
Jim to throw first.
both Chris
Game
Quantock
on.
and Adam Mould if Lipscombe could win this one, because there'd be 4 points adrift, although Quantock does have the insurance policy of having that game in hand up next when he takes on Justin Hood.
140.
know that our
85.
fellow commentary colleagues do like to talk about patterns when it comes to players' shirts, and it's a fifth day for Jim and a fifth different shirt. Wonder whether he's got a sixth ready for tomorrow night.
42. $140.
There is the long garment in all its glory. We did, of course, see some success for Canadian
41.
darts at the Players' Championship this weekend. Matt Campbell making a final. And that just after beating Jeff
140.
Smith to win the North American Championship. It also does sort of highlight how little difference there really is between I don't even like to call it amateur, almost semi-pro here at the Super Series and the PDC
100.
professional game. The fact
Adam,
that
you
those two
require
players contested a final just a
136.
week ago. One of them's getting to a Pro Tour final. The other one's winning Group A here. Look at this.
128.
Lipscombe on course here to double his lead with a break to boot. And Jim Long in danger of being beaten for the first time in this group.
Yeah, be careful saying the word semi-pro next to Matthew Edgar, because he detests that term, he told me the other day.
92. Adam, you require 8.
Yeah, maybe strikes a nerve.
Game shot on the second leg. Adam Lipscombe.
And Adam Lipscombe strikes the double. And in doing so, doubles his lead.
Third leg. It's Adam to throw
Matthew
first.
Edgar, our Premier Pundit,
Game
not with
on.
us for the end of the week. He's off to other pastures.
55.
But we will have a brand new pundit with us tomorrow night here at the Super Series, and it is a star name from the world of darts. In fact, I will go as far to tell you that it is
78.
a player from the aforementioned PDC Pro Tour, in fact, a winner on it. So do tune in from 7:30 to see our mystery guest.
40.
Can confirm it's not Roy Keane, who apparently has described Scotland's performance at the Euros in one word tonight. Rubbish.
Yeah, but that's his job.
100.
I wonder if our new pundit will have that same kind of style. I know him, and I don't think he will, to be honest.
79.
We should kind of revealed him like they do in A Question of Sport on the mystery guest round.
That's another reason to come along tomorrow. You will meet a
140.
PDC champion.
$140.
Well, Long has got 6 darts here from 183 to break Lipscombe back to return the game to throw it 2-1. And then the damage wouldn't have been sizably bad for the Canadian.
41.
He's made a little bit of a hash of that and has opened up the door once again for Lipscombe. Just interesting, looking at the table, both players are going to have to go as they are,
59.
because I don't see anything
Jimmy require
in terms of
142.
pit stop setups for the pair.
May use a bullseye in the middle of this shot.
118.
Very good leave in
Adam,
the
you
end
require
from Jim Long. Had he hit the
128.
25, he could have gone up for the treble 20. So he will return to halve the deficit in this second game of the night.
88. Jim, you require 24.
Well, double 12 for the break of throw and to return it to 2-1. Actually, his first dart double in this match. And he finds
shot on the
it.
third
Double
leg,
12 was really
Jim
good
Long.
to Jim Long yesterday. It's good to him again there. Brings it back to 2-1 and now has the darts to bring this game back to
Fourth
an even
leg, it's
kilter.
Jim to throw first. Game on.
1,000 thoughts swirling around the mind of Adam Lipscombe. He knows that this is a huge game for him. He's in a position to make the most of the opportunity, and he doesn't want to let it slip.
I always wonder with a player
42.
like Adam Lipscombe, who's so local but always has such a big fan base, whether sometimes the weight of expectation isn't what he puts on his shoulders, but is the weight of expectation not to disappoint others.
81.
Because he knows that there's a whole raft of people that want to see him here on a Saturday night.
35.
And so it's a different type of pressure to ensure you get through.
There are a few other players in this group, though, who will bring some fans with them. Maybe not 100 like he will, but Justin Hood usually has a nice turnout, doesn't he, in support of him. Adam Mould may bring 1 or 2.
Yeah, Mould makes it through. Don't be
81.
surprised to see former Super Series player Jack Vincent in the building tomorrow night.
60. 85.
So long first to a finish after a dozen darts.
40. Jim, you require
Lipscombe's having a
158.
mid-match wobble here after the rip-roaring start. He's having a little bit of a dry spell, and Long can take full advantage of it. At least 6 on 158. Well,
58.
after a couple of legs, Lipscombe was averaging 100.2, is now cascaded down to 82.
45. Jim, you require 100.
Yeah, it's not just the fact that Long is about to level, but the way that Adam's playing at the moment will be a worry. I'll opt for the treble 16 route
52.
because he had the luxury of doing so.
I'd go what was best for him, but that first start looked such an inviting guide to
100.
the treble bed, didn't
Jim,
it?
you require 48.
Well, he was 2-0 down in this contest. Took him a couple of legs to get up and running. But now, looking to square up at 2-2. And you'd sense from here, he'd become the favourite to win the contest. Double 16 is found, and Long levels up at 2-2. 2 from 2 on the doubles for the Canadian. Work for Lipscombe to do now.
Fifth leg, it's Adam to throw first. Game on.
He does have the throw still in 2 of the last 3 legs, but needs to lift himself to the levels he had in the first 2 legs. And the early sign is that he may well do that.
I think Jim will be disappointed that he wasn't able to properly follow that first dart there.
136.
Good visit that for Lipscombe. Couple of trebles there. Tom 40 followed by 136. Good way to respond to losing a couple of legs on the spin to put Jim Long under the pump once again.
So I'm trying to have a guess in the chat about who our mystery
57.
guest is going to be joining our coverage tomorrow. Is it Glenn Durrant or James Wade, somebody says? Or it's neither, I can tell you. And Durrant wouldn't be a mystery guest. He's part of the furniture at the Super Series.
140.
Former Premier League champion, apparently.
Luke Littler, no, he's busy in Poland.
$140.
Well, this has been a good response from Adam here, leaving himself on 85 after 9. And he's going to get a dart at tops for a 12 darter. Finds the tops for a 12 darter. And Lipscombe is back in the ascendancy. He leads 3-2.
Sixth leg, it's Jim to throw
Yeah,
first.
that was smoking stuff from Adam Lipscombe. Remember, Long wins this match, he's through. But Lipscombe wins, and he takes another step towards
60.
Another proud moment of having a home match, really, a home tournament on a Saturday
60.
night.
Well, such was the gains that Jim Long made on night 1. Even if he loses this game, he is still in an incredibly strong position because Lipscombe move on to 6. Same number as Justin Hood.
58.
He'd be 6 points in front of Chris Quantock and Adam Mould, who are 4th and 5th respectively. Granted, Chris Quantock's still yet to play his first match of the night.
77.
But Justin Hood could do him the favour of favours if he deposed of Quanny, because it put his hopes in the Swanee and helped Jim Long through to Saturday night with a little bit more ease. And Jim Long's next game is against Adam Mould, the player at the bottom of the group in match 4.
180.
Well, it could well go the distance.
140.
So the match's first maximum was delivered by Gentleman Jim.
$137.
Well, this has been a quality
55.
contest. I'm not sure the
Jimmy
average is going to be
requires
reflective of
56.
that, because it's felt like legs have been one-sided, but the legs that have been won in very, very good range. This is for another one in 5 visits.
26. 55. Jim, you require 40.
So for 3-3,
Game shot on the
and
sixth
that
leg.
is exactly
Jim
where we
Long.
go. So this leg becomes all important. If Jim Long wins it, he is through, and we've got two
Seventh and
Canadians
final
at
leg.
finals
It's
night
Adam to throw first. Game on.
tomorrow. If Lipscombe wins, he takes another step and makes Long wait a little longer.
55.
Well, it literally couldn't be any tighter tonight. 4-3 in the first game. This one going the distance as well.
And he couldn't have placed those
140.
darts any tighter in and around that treble 20. 140 to start. Lipscombe really needs a treble.
58.
Now he's in trouble.
Lipscombe's darts look hopeful, whereas Jim's throwing with a bit more authority right now.
60.
But he won't be happy with that 60 because it's opened up the door for Lipscombe once again. How he could do with another treble.
100.
The ascendancy goes back in the Canadian direction against the darts.
So well timed this, isn't it, from Jim Long?
135.
But there's a little bit of daylight there, a little bit of a glimmer of light in this tungsten tunnel for Adam Lipscombe, with
35.
Long not leaving a finish, but he was unable to use it.
$94.
Would be bitterly disappointed because the way he started this game, it looked like he was going to wrap 4 legs off in next to no time at
85.
all, but
Jimmy requires
it's just been hard
72.
work for him. And Jim Long here has got 72 for the match and 72 points away from booking his place through to tomorrow night's final. But their chances that are come and
60.
gone.
Not a lot Lipscombe can do.
94. Jimmy required 12.
So this, for a place at finals night.
Game shot.
And Jim
and the match.
is playing the
Jim
long
Long.
game here at the Modus Super Series. The Canadian joins his countryman Jeff Smith at finals night, gets the win he needs in his opening match to secure his spot with 3 games to spare in Group B, and in doing so makes it that bit more difficult for the local hero Adam Lipscombe to join him. Lipscombe still is in 3rd place, but he may have company after the next game as Chris Quantock gets his evening underway against Justin Hood. Week 2 of Modus Super Series 8, and we now have 4 of the finalists confirmed for Saturday. Jim Long has made it through. 2 more will join him from Group B. Jeff Smith already through from Group A, and this afternoon Shane Hayward and Moreno Michels secured their spots at the showpiece tomorrow night. And the action gets underway from 7:30 p.m. UK time here on the Modus Super Series YouTube channel. Make sure you are subscribed and have clicked that notification bell. You won't miss a dart. And hoping not to miss many in this game, Justin Hood, who went down 4-3 in his opener, a recent winner of a PDC challenge to a title. He takes on York's Chris Quantock, who is looking to march his way up to the top of the hill. He's only got 1 win to his name so far in this group, and that was a victory against Adam Mould last night. Needs to start turning that
First
around,
leg, it's just into the
Henry
road
Deacon
first.
alongside me
Game on.
mentioned a couple of scenarios potential for Justin Hood at the start of the night. One was being through after this game. The other one was really looking over his shoulder for the rest of the evening. And
96.
defeat here could see Happy Feet kind of flapping around and hoping not to be overtaken.
97.
I think 1 more win he probably will get through, but he'll be a bit worried if he loses this one.
I think we'll be playing the all-but category, won't we, for Justin, if he wins this game against Chris
100.
Quantock, who begins the night on 2 points, only winning 1 game yesterday. That was despite some good numbers on Thursday evening. Nightly average
60.
of 91.14. Matter of fact, averaged in excess of 90 in every single game, apart from the last one against Justin. Lost out of a 92 average against Adam
96.
Lipscombe. Lost out of a 91 average against Jim Long. Beat Adam Mould for 94 average, and that was only by a margin of 4 legs to 3, and he had to hang on
140.
in the end. He'd raced into a 3-1 lead in that particular contest before Mould took us all the way to a last leg decider, but Justin Hood getting off to a
134.
quick start in this particular contest, leaving himself on 75 after 12 to take out the opening leg, but Quantock has left himself on a double after a dozen.
75.
75 remaining, 58 remaining, 40 remaining.
55.
He's still got
Richard
20.
requires
That's a problem.
24.
Quantock could break.
Game shot on
And
the first
convincingly
leg, Chris
so.
Quantock.
13 darter to kickstart the night. Chris Quantock playing to the same level, it seems, to yesterday.
Second
He'll just be
leg, it's
hoping his
Christopher
fortunes are a
first.
little bit
Game
different.
on.
Oh, this is darts
83.
par excellence from Chris Quantock so far. It's been absolutely stunning in the early exchanges here. One of those players, isn't he? Because he's so
134.
quick, it looks even better when it goes right.
96.
Well, the man from Glastonbury is hoping to bring his band of merry men with him tomorrow night to the live lounge.
119.
And of course, it would further help his biggest aspiration of them all. Yeah, winning Champions Week's nice, but nothing's better than opening a
42.
Chinese restaurant of your own.
$134.
Well, there'll be 1 ton 114 when he comes back.
100. Justin, you require 114.
Sorry, that was bad, wasn't it? So was that.
42.
The one advantage is he has got the luxury of time. Quantock, despite a good leg against the throw, hasn't been able to do likewise on throw until
140.
now. He's left
Justin, you
himself on a
require
double.
72.
And Hood, having missed a dart at double to win the first leg, is going to get 2 at double 12. Now 1 at double 6.
Game shot on
And
the
fires
second
back
leg.
with a
Justin
15
Hood.
dart break of his own. 1-1. Good quality contest so far.
Yeah, really eye-catching encounter, this
Third
one. Both
leg,
players
it's Justin to throw first.
getting on with it at a
Game
nice
on.
pace and top quality as well.
100. 140.
Well, he'll be amazed that he didn't fill that up then after those first 2 darts. He would have thought he could have put another 3 or 4 beneath those.
57. 60.
Stubbornly staying on the 60 there. Could have given Hood a bit of impetus, but
74.
hasn't really made great strides. So the last dart means that he only needs 1 treble to leave a finish.
100.
And once again, the throw in this match being put under tangible pressure. Doesn't like that first dart, but he knows he's got to stay and persevere.
That's why he didn't like
80.
it. He knew that there could be a deflection. Once
60.
again, Chris Quantock is stubborn to a fault there.
$42. Chris, you require 141.
Well, Quantock's not going to take out the 141. The job now to leave it as handy as possible. 30 scored, so 111 left.
47. Justin, you require
Justin Hood looking for
148.
148 to move 2 onto the good. To take the lead for the first time in this match. Another one of them. Not to be, and so Quantock back for the third consecutive break to
81.
kickstart this match.
Chris, you require 94. 70. Justin, you require 67.
So Hood takes aim at tops.
47.
Can't
Chris,
quite
you
find
require
it. So
24.
Quantock with the opportunity to break. He
Shot on
does
a third
so
leg. Chris
again
Quantock.
on double 12, just like the first leg.
Fourth flag. It's Chris to throw first. Game on. $100.
Great start for Justin Hood. It's interesting, I was watching him practice just before play got underway this evening.
96.
We had the advantage of watching his practice darts on our monitor here in the commentary box, and one of the things he was doing was practicing a lot of combinations by switching down to the 19,
96.
moving across the board. He's not afraid to switch if a bed gets blocked, no matter what the situation with dart 1.
134. $45.
No finish. So Quantock will be able to race away with this leg.
97. $145. Chris, you require
Great setup, but is he going to get a go with the 41? Quantock's going to have a dart at top to move 3-1 in front.
54.
He can't fire home. And
Justin,
so
you
this to
require
level up at
41.
2-2.
Seemed destined for the top corner, didn't it? But Hood can carry on this battle of breaks.
Game shot on the fourth flag.
And there's
Justin
another one,
Hood.
2-2.
Not often do we see a game where all
Fifth
7
flag.
legs
It's Justin
go
to throw first.
against throw. It's
Game
one of the
on.
rarest stats that we have here at the Super Series. It's probably the type of game that
58.
happens on average maybe once, even twice a series at an absolute push maximum. It's a very, very rare thing.
Well, it's all
42.
already been Long's night. It could be a long night, couldn't it? Because every single leg could be played as well this evening, the way it's going. 4-3, 4-3 the first 2 games. This one tied at 2 apiece.
97.
But I'll tell you what, Henry, I'm here for it because the quality is up there.
140.
Luckily, Murph, we've got the most comfortable seats in the house.
Yeah, lap of luxury here at the Modus Super Series.
58.
And don't you forget it, Henry, because I was commentating over in Hildesheim and you're back to just the normal sort of arena chairs.
60.
Hard back school chairs, basically. Henry's here in his lazy boy.
38.
Pina colada in the arm.
Trust me, when you commentate on some gantries where you stood up in -2 temperatures, this is a life of luxury. Well, this is a bit of a luxurious leg here for Chris Quantock, leaving himself on 82 after 12. And Justin Hood chuckles because at this present moment in time, if he wasn't going to laugh, he's going to cry. He hasn't played bad this evening, but his
40.
timing at key moments has just been
82.
completely off.
So, double top for another breaker throw.
Game shot on the
Make
fifth
it
flag.
5
Chris
of them
Quantock.
in this game.
We're at the Modus
Sixth
Live
flag,
Lounge or
it's
at the
Christopher
Crucible
first.
because we're seeing a series
Game
of
on.
breaks here in this third game of the evening session.
100.
And if Quantock can get the first hold, he will move into those provisional
100.
qualification spots on leg difference ahead of Adam Lipscombe on 4 points apiece. And Adam Mould could join them if he
98.
defeats Jim Long. No one's done that yet, of course.
Well, a matter of fact, just to back up that stat about it being a case of it being something that happens once or
140.
twice a series or 7 legs in a game going against throws. Only ever happened since Series 1, Week 1 back in July of 2022. 12
58.
times.
Yeah, that is a very, very small percentage, isn't it?
60.
12 times out of 8,500 games, I believe.
100.
Well, it's a distinct possibility here because even though Quantock's first to have finished, Hood with a decent turn would put himself in a better position, but needs to find a chub with the last dart.
100.
Manages to
Pressure
find
required,
it, but this for the match.
145.
Not happening.
43. Justin,
Couple
you
of similar
require
shots. 1 point
101.
between them, 1 leg between them. Treble 19 would leave double 12. That's not going to happen. So Quantock now has a better
49.
opportunity than the last one.
Rishi require 102.
And he's going to get a dart for it. Tops. Doesn't
82.
go.
Justin, you require
Missed by a
52.
margin, didn't he? Hood chooses a different double 16 for him. Double 8, last chance.
44.
Not taken, and now
Rishi
Quantock can win
require
it.
20.
It's been a case of breaking bad in this game, but the one
Get
hold
shot
of this
and the
match
match,
goes the way of
Chris
Chris
Quantock.
Quantock, and it's a holder throw that sees him seal a 4-2 win against Justin Hood, who has lost 2 of the first 3 games this evening. As for Quantock, who won just 1 of his 4 matches on the opening night, is already on the board, doing so with another impressive performance, pretty much playing to his numbers of last night. An average of 92.06, 4 from 6 when it came to the doubling. He gets the better with Justin Hood, and it means that the man from Glastonbury is lurking over his shoulder. He moves up to 3rd place temporarily as well in the group. Next up, Jim Long and Adam Mould.
Welcome back to the action here in Group B at the Modus Super Series. And Jim Long, well, he's already through. Qualified with 3 games to spare. He takes on Adam Mould in his second game of the night. Both players playing their second game, and Adam Mould has already won one. Myself, Chris Murphy, with Henry Deacon alongside me. And Henry, there's no more margin for error, is he? Adam Mould is going to have to win this one and probably the other 2 to get through.
Yeah, it's going to have to be a case of 100% from here to send himself through. But I think that was always going to be the task at the beginning of the night. He's done the first of which against Justin Hood, winning 4-3. And it was a good performance as well from Adam. Average of 93.77, 4 from 12 on the doubles. For Jim, in patches it was good. In, well, that game against Adam Lipscombe, the legs that were won well, but the legs that were lost in that
57.
particular contest were a little bit off by the players. But case of regrouping for Jim. And he's got 3 victory parades
55.
before heading through to Saturday night's final, where he's going to be joining his fellow Canadian, Jeff Smith, into the finale. As the Welshman Shane Hayward and Marina Mikkels in the Netherlands back through to another
45.
Saturday night here at the Super Series. Mould, of course, has tasted Saturday night success at the Live Lounge. He was the first winner of a week back in 2023. Beat Ian Moss in the final. Big outtake of emotion when he won that final. Got through to the Champions Night in Series 2, a series which was won by the Australian Raymond Smith,
100.
who is still the lineal champion because he's never had the opportunity to defend his title because of, well, more than anything else, the geography that's required.
58.
Yeah, hope to see him back soon for another tilt of the title. Well, he could go bull here. He goes up.
74.
Actually, by going for the treble 20, he still wouldn't have left to finish had he hit the single. He's got away with that. Bullseye would have been a mathematician's shot.
98. Jimmy
This would
require
be a showman's shot.
125.
Well, why be lucky when you can be good? Treble 20 for tops. Not to be.
66.
But time very much on Jim Long's side in this first leg.
$100. Jimmy require 59.
Double 20 then. None ever says that, do they? Double 20.
Game shot
But
on
he
the
finds
first
it.
leg. Jim Long.
And he leads 1-0.
Second leg. It's Adam to throw first. Game on.
One of those things where it's just been given an affectionate nickname which everybody's stuck with.
A few people getting involved in
45.
guessing who our mystery guest is going to be tomorrow night. Somebody joining our coverage, and you're all wrong. It will not be Johnny Clayton or Joe Cullen, though they do feature on the Modus Super Series YouTube channel.
60.
A few nice little bits of content with those. Mr. and Mrs. That was good fun. And they also played with each other's darts in a dart swap challenge. And today a video's been released with them
96.
using illegal darts. Won't say any more than that. You make sure you give it a watch. But it won't be either of those two. It will not be Devon Peterson. It won't be Phil Taylor, although he has commentated here before.
100.
It won't be Andy Hamilton. It won't be Scott Mitchell, and I don't think that would be a mystery guest because he does actually work here at the Super Series.
59.
Martin Lukeman, no, it won't be him either. If you do get it right, I will tell you that you were right, but I'll tell you tomorrow.
43.
Did I get a prize?
Yeah, we can sign something for them.
66.
I'll tell you what, I will sign a photograph of Henry Deek, and that's what you can have.
Available at all local skips.
Someone asking us, Adam just woken up from a nap?
140.
Don't know what it's in reference to. Oh, the hair. I think they mean the hair. Has got a bit of the bedhead going on there, hasn't he? He needs to wake up in this game
65.
because long as
Jimmy
going to run away with it.
158.
Mouldy's been caught napping.
Despite me saying it's definitely not Luke Littler, Charlie says it's definitely Luke Littler.
54.
What
Adam,
part
you
of him
require
being in Poland don't you
170.
understand? The fish for Mould. He's not going to find it for a second time in this Group B campaign. Long looking for the 104 to break the throw and to lead 2-0.
43. Jim, you require 104.
Plenty of options on 104, but this has become the, I would say, the approved route these days.
Well, quite simply because a miss either side ensures that you're
80.
still on a
Adam,
finish.
you
It
require 127.
makes the target area of which you can complete the finish in much broader, much bigger. But this is a finish we all enjoy, the 1-2-7 and game, but Mould isn't going to provide the goods, and so
44.
Long, who's had joy on double
Jim, you
12 in this
require
group,
24.
returns for it to double his lead.
Game shot on a second
And he does
leg.
double his
Jim
lead,
Long.
2-0. No, it's not Luke Littler. I keep repeating that. That's another person that's asked
Third
that
leg,
question.
it's Jim to throw first.
Is it Dennis Ovens?
Game on.
No. Jamie Caven? No. Peter Wright? No. Raymond van Barneveld? No. Steve West? No.
100.
It's not Matt Campbell. It's not John Part. And it's not Dieter Hedman.
140.
Glad you're enjoying this game of Guess Who, though. Why don't we switch it up that way, Henry? You could ask me if he's
45.
got glasses or...
60.
Did he play in Hildesheim this week?
He did.
Did he have any success in Hildesheim this week?
Success is relative.
133.
No, it's not Dimitri. And it's not Jamie Lewis. And it's definitely not Tim Vine. You must be having a laugh.
60.
We're still waiting for a couple of mystery guests on stage playing darts tomorrow. We know 4 of the finalists: Jim Long and Jeff Smith, the 2 Canadians, Shane Hayward, the ADC qualifier, and Moreno Michels of the Netherlands, ADC Europe representative.
60. Jim, you require 52.
We'll know by the end of the evening who will be playing. We'll find out tomorrow who will be analysing. But the only analysis here
Third leg, Jim Long.
is Jim Long doing what Jim Long has done all week.
Well, Jim Long's already sent
Fourth leg,
himself
it's
through
Adam
this
to go
evening. He
first.
could deny Adam
Game
Mould
on.
from heading through if he wins this particular encounter.
Is it John Henderson? Well, John is
77.
in action at the Super Series next week, so that's a good guess, apart from the fact that he's not a tour card holder, which I have already given away in the game of Guess Who. Do keep up.
Also in that game of Guess Who, he said they played in Hildesheim this week,
95.
so it cannot be Adrian Lewis. It's not Simon Whitlock. And no, it's not Bo Greaves.
Yeah, and we won't be getting the
100.
insight of Dave Chisnell either. Alan Green says, I've got it, Chris. So now he wants me to play Guess Who
59.
with his Guess Who. This is getting stupid now.
But we wait your answer, Alan.
140.
Well, Jim Long closing in on a comfortable win, and will that result in Adam Mould being long gone in terms of his chances for finals night?
Well, we've been asking the questions,
60.
and Adam Mould is coming up with a couple of answers here in this fourth leg. He's hoping it's not a case of too little, too late.
60.
However, just when Mould thought he was going to get a little bit of time,
Adam, you
long
require
with a two-double visit, he eased
124.
himself on a finish. This to get his first leg on the board in this contest. As a glance over at the score of Jim Long, knows he has to go for the ball, but he can't get the ball.
99. Jim, you require 154.
It'd be just like Jim to get it done in style here. But he's not going to do it, so Mould will return for the remainder.
118. Adam, you require 25.
Double eight.
Game
Back to
shot on the fourth
3-1. He
flag. Adam
forces
Mould.
Jim Long to serve this game out.
Fifth flag. It's Jim to throw
Quite
first.
a ponderous look on
Game
the
on.
face of Jim Long. You could say he's got a long face.
It won't be Tony O'Shea, but we will
85.
welcome him any time. Great pundit is Tony, says it as it is. I don't know who Seb Beltaski is, Daniel.
Is it like when you haven't got the rights to a darts
46.
player on a video game? To be fair, Owen Bates isn't the worst guess in the world, because we have sometimes when Cam Crabtree's been here and we've needed to fill a little bit of
60.
time, shoehorned him up into punditry work.
Well, in the words of the great Roy Walker, it's
134.
good, but it's not right.
$58. $80.
Long could be finding himself closing in here. Tom 40 leads
140.
himself on a finish to seal a 4-1 win.
$140. Jim, you require 158.
Well, Mould may yet work his way back into this, or Long may slam the door shut. Only just missing.
98. Adam, you require
A second dart
101.
desperately unlucky. Mould to stay in the contest. 101. And he may have to take this opportunity because Long's on a single to double combo. Double 16 to stay alive. Not just in this game,
85.
but probably in this week.
Jim, you require
And
60.
so Jim Long's going to come back for 60 to seal a 4-1 success to make it 2 wins from 2 and to keep his 100% record alive. Tops. Does not
40.
go.
Adam, you require 16.
Opportunity knocks for Adam Mould. This would be a breaker throw. He'd then be thrown to force a decider. And suddenly, he's in with a shout.
Game shot on the
Good
fifth
use of the
flag.
first
Adam
dart, was
Mould.
resting nicely on the wire.
Sixth flag. It's Adam to throw first. Game on.
Well, it means that every single game tonight has gone at least 6 legs.
Right, I've had a few new guesses to the Guess Who the Pundit is tomorrow night. We're going to stop telling yes or no now. I am going to tell you this.
58.
One of you has got it right, and that's where we're leaving it.
100.
Although I can tell you I'm going to be here tomorrow night.
134.
And hopefully you will be as well. If you're not, make sure you've got the best seat in the house, right in front of the YouTube channel on whatever device you wish to watch it on. As Chris Mason always tells you, that device can be your
58.
TV.
So this is a televised match. Yeah,
32.
but it depends what people call a television these days as well. But really going down that route.
99.
Well, whatever you're watching it on, Jim Long will feature. But whether Adam Mould will or not is another story.
Well, Jim Long's fired his way through. Adam Mould looking to stick with the mix.
59.
Still got a chance, but has to rely on Long letting up here.
60.
This game just stabilising a little bit, just entering a air of tension in the air here at the live lounge in Portsmouth. For Jim Long, well,
100.
if he wins this game, he'd go 6 points clear of Justin Hood, and Justin Hood would only have 4 more points to play for, and so he would guarantee top spot in Group B, which has his advantage, not just in a numerical sense or financial sense, but also in terms of his positioning, in terms of where he throws first and where he plays tomorrow night.
13. Adam, you require 118.
118.
$98.
Well, it works out in the end for Mould, but it's not really an approved route on 118, starting on the 18s. Though, would be surprised to have seen him go for the bullseye at the end of that combo. Had
57. Adam, you require
he been given the opportunity, because Long was not on a checkout.
He's going to shuffle across, which is actually going to help him the way those first two darts are situated. But how has he not found
No
a way
score.
through?
Jim, you require
Well, that is
114.
Unbelievable. And now Long can rub some salt into the wound. He's still bemused, befuddled.
74.
But not yet beaten.
Adam, you require 20.
To take us all the way for the third time in 4 matches this evening. Adam Mould looking at double 10 to keep this contest going, but to also keep his hopes alive. They're very slim, but as long as there's a chance, there's hope.
Game shot
And he
on a
still
sick
has that
leg.
hope
Adam Mould.
as we go all the way to a last leg decider. However, he's going to have to find a break of throw in leg 7.
From final leg. It's Jim to throw first. Game on.
Mould's already beaten Justin Hood 4-3. Jim Long's already beaten Adam Lipscombe 4-3. Both of these players have played the full 14 legs that they could have played at the halfway point of their night. And in matter of fact, for us, out of a
83.
possible 28 legs we could have played in the first 4 matches of the evening session, we've played 27 of them. It's a possibility we could play 69 legs tonight.
140.
The maximum we've had in a Group B campaign in a single night is 67. You'll remember that particular night very well when Messrs. Clark, Prince, Hogan.
140.
Yeah, I remember that night and that morning. We left here and went straight for a spot of lunch, didn't we, Henry?
80.
We actually had board 2 for the Group C.
140.
Can he win it with a 138?
$140.
Well, only great
Jimmy
players
require
win a match with a
138.
138.
Sweeping across, starting on the 18s.
82. Adam, you require
It's
141.
Keith Deller MB, isn't it, these days? Did we get any darts people in this birthday honours list?
Let me have a look in a second. But first things first, Jim
65.
Long's back for the match to
Jimmy
make it
require 56.
6 wins from 6 in this Group B campaign, and it would pretty much send Adam Mould packing tops.
16.
Doesn't go. He's missed 2 match
Adam, you
starts.
require
Adam Mould hoping to get
76.
at least a match start here.
Oh, Jim Long was unbeaten before this game, and Adam Mould was a long shot, but now he has a shot to be the first to take down Long. And having not won a single game last night, Adam Mould has the opportunity here to make it 2 from 2 tonight.
Big moment. And that could be the
36.
biggest miss of his week. That
Jimmy
could be the
require
miss
40.
that ends his chances. Long comes back for tops. The target that Mould's just missed is the one
Headshot
he
on the
finds
match,
to
Jim
make
Long.
it 6 wins from 6 in this group. And he's now just a couple of matches away from the double card completion. And for Adam Mould, that could be a defeat that sinks his hopes of qualifying through to finals night. He now has the air of a real dejected man. Jim Long winning in the last leg decider. We've reached the halfway point of the night, or we will do after the break, when Chris Quantock takes on Adam Lipscombe.
Well, Jim Long continues his winning streak here in Group B at the Super Series, but this next fixture could turn out to be the most important that you see tonight, because Chris Quantock and Adam Lipscombe both sit on 4 points, are tied in third place, are all important third place in terms of qualifying for finals night, and the winner of this one will have a huge leg up on their opponent for the rest of the evening. Game 5 could be a pivotal fixture, and talking you through the action, myself, Chris Murphy, and Henry Deacon.
So, a crucial battle for both Chris Quantock and Adam Lipscombe, both on 4 points in the group. Quantock has just the jump in terms of the legs difference and legs won. As the first dart goes in this match, both players have 4 points, but Quantock -2 in terms of legs difference, won 2 more legs than Lipscombe in this group, who has a legs difference of -3. It's won 13 legs compared to the 15 of
60.
Quantock in this group. But what will perhaps be a little bit of a worry for Lipscombe was the fact he got off to such a strong start against Jim Long in his first game of the night, but then just ran out of steam as the finishing line approached, whereas Chris Quantock won that real nip and tuck battle
59.
against Justin Hood. It was a breakathlon right until the very end. Chris Quantock getting the only holder throw in that contest to seal a 4-2 win.
97.
And the result there for Jim Long against Adam Mould is also further buoyed them, because it means effectively it's a two-way battle between them two as to who's going to seal the final spot through to tomorrow night's final. Justin Hood also on 6 points, but with his legs difference
98.
on 0 and with a better legs won ratio, he is still in a very strong suit, and he's still got to play Chris Quantock at the end of the night.
Went for treble 14 with that first dart in the 66 combo, but the miss didn't matter as Quantock cleaned up. Just looking at
it's Adam to throw first.
that league table, I'm wondering if potentially Justin Hood could be in a spot ball after losing those first 2 games.
55.
His next one, the next game, is against the unbeaten Jim Long. Lipscombe plays Hood in Hood's last game.
57.
It could go horribly wrong for Hood.
As for Quantock, his final 2 is against Adam Mould and Jim Long. As you mentioned, that game for Lipscombe against Hood, and he'll end the night, will the man for Portsmouth, against Adam Mould, and considering the way things have gone for him this week, I just wonder what's going to be left in the tank for him come the end of play this evening, because it's just felt like he's been hit with one punch too many now.
140.
At the minute, it's Chris Quantock who's landing all the jabs.
Yeah, he is
60.
the aggressor in this one.
64.
Treble 20. Doesn't have to move to the treble 18 with Lipscombe not on a checkout, but elected to do
79.
so.
$140. Chris, you require 85.
It may have been a mistake, but that rectifies it somewhat, tops.
65. Adam, you require 46.
This to square up. 2 at tops. Level we are 1-1, and a convincing dart of that target as well. Smack bang in the middle of the bed.
Third leg, it's Chris to throw first. Game on. $180.
He's just been playing well the last couple of nights, Chris Quantock, but he just hasn't been able to get any joy, particularly yesterday.
39.
Well, he's playing at a very good standard at the moment, the average in 3 figures.
95.
Big distance between himself and Lipscombe in that department.
140.
It just feels like with every turn, Quantock's coming up with something
100.
sizable.
Chris,
He's
you
left
require
himself on a finish after 9
142.
here to move 2-1 to the good.
76.
And I'm going to put this out there. if Quantock can qualify in the form that he's in, he could well be the outside fancy going into tomorrow night.
He's been there before, he's done it before, he's won it before. That is an absolutely superb setup by Adam
66.
Lipscombe. Tops.
46.
And in a game where he's been
40.
averaging a long way behind
Shot on a third leg.
for most of the
Adam
match, he
Lipscombe.
actually finds himself in front now, Adam Lipscombe. And that's why
Fourth leg. It's Adam to throw first. Game
2
on.
attempts, 2 hits.
What's it our friend Chris Mason says about averages only being a guide?
100.
Averages, smaverages, I think it is, something like that.
Timing is so key in this game.
83.
And Lipscombe, even though he hasn't had the scoring power, has been able, even though he's been a visit behind in legs, to punish the misses of
60.
Chris Quantock when they've been apparent.
$100.
Well, it's certainly hotting up in the Modus Live
30.
Lounge this evening. The temperature being raised for this hotly contested contest, the
98.
middle match of the evening.
$140. $60. $57.
So Quantock
Chris, you require
160 to square this game
160.
up at 2 apiece. And suddenly, from being in a position of authority, it seemed in this contest,
60.
he could suddenly be
Adam, you
finding
require
himself chasing his
140.
tail, and the look on his face as he retrieved those darts tells you about the desperate situation it could be in, because Lipscombe was looking for the
95.
Shanghai and
Chris, you
19s
require
there to
100.
move 3-1 to the good. That's a lovely guy for the treble, but persevered for tops.
80. Adam, you require 19.
So for 3-1, double eight.
$3. Chris, you require
Big opportunity
20.
for a big advantage passed up there, and Quantock can level the match. Double 10 needed. Oh,
No
but not that
score.
double. That's too many.
Adam, you require 16.
A bit of luck for Lipscombe.
How many times has he pinched Quantock's pocket in this game? But he's
No
unable to do
score.
so this time, and it has to be
Chris, you
said,
require
it didn't look
20.
convincing at all, did it?
Game shot on a fourth leg.
All
Chris
square then
Quantock.
in this all-important encounter. I do wonder, Henry, if Adam
Fifth
Lipscombe has
leg,
set
it's Chris to throw
himself
first.
the expectation of making it to finals night because of what he's experienced when he's got there here, and whether that's a burden that weighs heavy.
Well, the thing is, when you continue to make
58.
progress like Adam Lipscombe does, suddenly the targets get bigger, and so when you're doing things that were fairly
60.
modest not so long ago, they can be seen as failures. And I just wonder whether he doesn't make it through, whether he would see it as a failure, where in the past, the one thing he was
140.
desperate to do more than anything else was qualify.
100.
A little bit like in athletics, when a high jumper sets a bar that high, manages to jump it, they want to go to the next bar and the next bar. If they
85.
fail to jump the bar that was once their target, they see it as a failure.
100. $95.
Quantock then will have an opportunity to lead this match.
95. Chris, you require
For the first time since the first
123.
leg.
$91. Adam, you
He's
require
himself on double 16.
146.
Unless. But Lipscombe cannot find the second treble 19, and so Quantock comes back for the 32 to
86.
lead 3-2 and to
32.
put himself a leg away from winning this all-important mid-table contest. Double 8.
16.
He cannot
Adam, you
find, and so
require
Lipscombe
60.
now back with a break opportunity. If he can pin tops, he leads 3-2, and he'll throw for the match. Double 10, big dart, big miss,
55.
and a long miss.
I just think he's losing
Richie
composure on
requires
doubles.
16.
You know, he's stopping. I've not seen him do that
Game shot on
up
the
to this
fifth
point.
flag.
He
Chris
knows the
Quantock.
importance of this game, and Chris Quantock maybe has just smelt that nervousness and punished it.
Sixth flag. It's Adam to throw first.
Seen in each of the last
Game
two
on.
legs, it missed by a big margin, and it means that he finds himself out of the top three. And Quantock,
140.
with a victory here, would join Justin Hood on 6 points. Jim Long, it has to be said, has absolutely dominated this group.
And suddenly,
78.
it gives game 8 the feel of a shootout game. If Quantock wins this one, because Hood's got to play long next. If
45.
Jim wins that game, Adam's got 2 more to go. Lipscombe beats Hood. He could move on to 6 points, depending on the
140.
marginal win for Jim, could actually move above Justin in the table. Justin being able to play another game, and Lipscombe's last match of the night is against Adam Mould.
60.
So the situation wouldn't be pretty for Lipscombe, but it wouldn't be as desperate as maybe it looked at first thought.
Yeah, well put. His
115.
battle becomes with somebody else other than Chris Quantock, doesn't it? Although he's still in this battle.
100.
He is first to a finish in this leg, and do you know what? The way that he's approached doubles, I think a big combination finish is actually his best chance.
128.
Don't think, just throw.
Adam, you require
Just hit.
156.
But he won't get that opportunity now. Quantock can wrap it up.
42. Chris, you
Put
require
himself
40.
onto 6 points.
Game shot.
And a
and
4-2
the match.
win for Chris Quantock with a 13-dart leg. And actually, a win by that particular scoreline is going to be good enough to put Chris Quantock up to second place in the table. He began 4th in the standings, now up to second, and now in a very good position as he reached the halfway point of the night. Coming up after the break, Jim Long looking to make it 7 wins from 7. He takes on Justin Hood, who is now very much back in the mix in terms of who's going to stay in and who's going to go out.
Welcome to the party in Portsmouth here at the Modus Live Lounge.
They've both got the talent where they can just reel off leg after leg and dish out a heavy defeats. And what a way to start the day. We're up and running here on Champions Week with a maximum.
Well, what a way to finish. A 12-dart leg.
Beautiful check out there from Cam Crabtree.
Only
needs the one.
Game shot on the second leg. Darius
What were you saying about efficiency?
Game shot on the third leg. Reece
Is that
Robinson.
the moment that Reece Robinson comes alive in this crucial clash? Looks like he's going to go for it. And it is right next to his favourite double top. And he gets the job done at the earliest possibility. That is Cam Crabtree through.
Case not so. Harrison gets the all-important win.
Game shot on the second leg. Darius Labanowski. Game shot.
Well, Smith, is it
Darius
a
Labanowski.
9? A long time. And that clenched fist.
Game shot.
Oh, he gets the job done in the end. He's nodding in total agreement because
Game shot on the fourth flag.
Just like
Darius
that.
Labanowski.
only needs the one. There you can see.
That she can unlock at any moment, but that is quality from Harrison. This would be a wake-up.
Welcome to the party in Pompey. Should be a good marker for him, and is. It was a great guide.
Shot on the first leg. Andreas
It's a
Harrison.
breaker throw for Andres Harrison.
Shot on the second leg. Cam Crabtree.
Consecutive breaker throw. Double 16 is found.
And he does lead.
The fifth leg. Shot on the
It's not an
sixth
11,
leg.
but
Andreas
it's a
Harrison.
beautiful 12, treble 17, which he gets. Bullseye for the win.
Game
Absolutely incredible by Andreas Harrison.
He's Andreas Dirty Harrison!
Welcome back to the Modus Super Series, where we are midway through the action here at the Live Lounge in Portsmouth. Jim Long progressed his way through, winning both of his matches this evening, and the race is to see who is going to join him in the finals tomorrow night.
Yeah, it has been dominant from Jim Long in this group. 12 points for him. He has run away with it. No losses, as you can see. Chris Quantock and Justin Hood now occupy the all-important second and third places. Adam Lipscombe just on their shoulder, and Adam Mould still in with an outside chance of making it through to finals night himself. But in this one, we're here for a Hood time and a long time as this duo get ready to do battle. And, well, for Justin Hood, it is getting very, very precarious, isn't it? The ice is cracking beneath his happy feet. Having lost his first two matches, he may have to be the first to beat Jim Long to get himself through tonight. Otherwise, it's going to be a potential shootout later on in the evening between himself and Adam Lipscombe.
First leg, it's Justin.
Well, forget about happy feet. Justin has been more representative of Pingu the Penguin, because he's got 0 and 0 points from his first two games so far.
136.
Well, if Jim Long wins this game, he'd move
96.
7 wins from 7. He'd be on the cusp of being in record territory and being and joining an elite list of players that have picked up 16 points from 16. He'd become the 8th player to do that in Super Series history. And there is a North American player in there, and Alex Spellman, who did that in the back end of last year.
58.
Yeah, most recently, Bo Greaves on her Super Series debut. In fact, you may remember she had a debut week where she didn't lose a single game in qualifying for
59.
Champions Week.
The only player to have had a completely undefeated week.
98.
Semi-finalist to Andreas Harrison at Champions Week, and then a semi-finalist losing out to Fallon Sherrock on Women's Week.
140.
Which was won by Rhiannon O'Sullivan. We have, by the way, honoured our promise and invited Rhiannon to Series 8. We will be seeing her later in the series.
93. Jim, you require
Dave,
148.
I'm very much looking forward to seeing. Is this going to be a big finish for Jim? It'd be a finish that Justin Hood doesn't want to see, but he is going to come back for the 58 to take the opening leg of this match.
96. Justin, you require 58.
Needs to get ahead of Long.
Game shot on the first leg. Justin Hood.
Get the lead over Long.
Second leg, it's Jim to throw first. Game on.
It's really thriving, isn't it? Darts in North America, particularly Canada, actually. And we can see that this week with Jeff Smith. Mentioned Matt Campbell from the Pro Tour. David Cameron as well, of course. You need something to do in a few weeks.
59.
But yeah, some great players from that part of the world. It's only getting stronger.
Would it be fair to say the Canadian pool of players are very more current and more towards the latter stage of the career, where maybe if you look at the American
43.
players that are coming through, maybe they're of a slightly younger vintage, nothing against the Canadians.
Yeah, I think that's fair to say. Some of them have been here at the
58.
Super Series. Danny Lorby, of course, going on to get a tour card. One of the quickest players I think we've ever had and ever will have on that stage.
108.
You knew you were never going to have a late lunch when Danny Lorby was playing.
I'm looking forward to a battle between him and Ricky Evans on the Pro Tour.
I'm sure the chalker isn't.
100.
Long does his own thing in his own time and does it very well. Of course, we shouldn't forget the greatest Canadian
91.
and also the greatest North American player there's ever been was long before his time. John Part, 3-time champion of the world.
74.
I think if there was
Jimmy
someone from that part of the world
96.
doing that now, it would have an incredible impact on the sport across the Atlantic.
3 World Championships in 3 different venues, John Part.
Yeah, and probably doesn't get the respect he deserves. And even at the time, probably didn't in his homeland. It's quite a remarkable story that most people didn't know he was world champion until
50.
months after he'd won it because he'd never showed it live over there.
I remember being in Canada around about 13 years ago and they were showing repeats of it around about 8 months after the event happened. It's only really now
46.
have the transmission of it been taken more seriously. Double 16 for Jim Long.
14. Justin, you require 70.
Of course, he has played on the Ali Pali stage himself, Jim Long.
Game shot on a second
Here
leg.
he could be
Justin
upstaged
Hood.
by little Justin Hood.
Third leg. It's Justin
Sadly,
to throw first. Game
He'll
on.
be dashing the record books for Group B for Jim Long. But Justin Hood
44.
will put himself on to 8 points, full clear of Adam Lipscombe, who'd have to win both his games to usurp the man from Glastonbury. And he has got Justin to play in his next
60.
match. Will then take it on Adam Mould in the intervening period. Chris Quantock's got a game against Adam Mould and then finishes off against Jim Long.
Yeah, it could go really wrong, actually, couldn't it, for
81.
Lipscombe here? Because if Hood can get the win and then Quantock beats Mould, he's 4 points off the pair of them with only that much to play for. It would be even worse for Mould because he would have, as a result of another defeat, be out.
100.
So it might be taking shape in the next couple of matches here.
Lips gone, could be lips gone. Two Adams are currently bottom of the group. You could say it's Adam and the Pants.
$140. $121.
I'll have to give credit for Justin Hood because this was a nightmare match for him after the way his evening's gone. 2 defeats from 2 and he's taking on the unbeaten king of the group.
130.
And he's kind of bossed the game, but that could change here. Or it could stay the same. Check out his off.
139.
Setup is perfect.
Jimmy requires 71.
Interesting, we haven't seen a ton plus checkout tonight. To get a leg on the board, to get the break back. You may remember Jim Long
Justin, you
came
require
back
16.
from a couple of legs behind in his game against Adam Lipscombe earlier on this evening. But he may have to come back from freeze it down. Now that is awkward.
Well, he's thrown a dart harder than this tonight, hasn't he? Just do what he did last time.
Game
And
shot
he's
on
done
the
it
third
again.
leg. Justin Hood.
Remarkable. Never mind Justin Hood. It's Robin Hood.
Fourth
With
leg.
sharp
It's
shooting
Jim
like
to throw
that.
First. Game on.
And ironically, he said in his pre-evening interview that He wasn't too
100.
concerned about getting revenge on Jim Long for that 4-0 defeat last night. He was only concerned about winning his other matches and getting enough points to get through. The exact opposite may happen, but it might be a 4-0 win against Long that gets him through.
$57. 58.
Well, I thought it was a really good start to the evening for Jim Long. Just feels like
59.
the radar's gone off a little bit in this third game of the evening for the gentleman.
Yeah, Justin Hood in the
100.
dream position now. Even if Long takes this leg, Hood will have the throw. And even if he loses, he'll have it again.
$85. $98.
It's been a bit of a struggle this match,
40.
isn't just watching Long. He's
Justin,
trying to
you require
find his game suddenly.
152.
Be wondering where it's gone. And Hood's taking full advantage.
$128.
Well, that is a
Jim, you
superb
require
setup for Justin
160.
to win this game 4-0. Not just would it be significant in terms of points, but in terms of legs difference, unless Long isn't going to take care of the 160. So Hood to get his first points on the board of a comprehensive 4-0 win. He's got
Justin,
3
you
darts, a
require
double 12.
24.
Well, it was a long time
Shot
coming,
and the match,
but Jim
Justin
is
Hood.
finally beaten, and Justin Hood has finally come good. Having lost his first couple of games tonight, Happy Feet shuffles off the stage victorious. A 4-0 success against the previously undefeated Long, and that is a win that might be good enough to secure Hood's place at finals night alongside the man he's just beaten. Still very much in that race is Chris Quantock. He takes on Adam Mould after the break.
Hang on a minute.
Wow! Oh my God! Well, that's £100 down the drain already.
Itching to hit the 180. He's gone for the maximum. $18 for the bull. Bull.
53.
No, he said bull. That's a great first start from Adam Mould. Look at this, he's going to leave Scape.
Oh, can you believe it? That is unbelievable. Get match darts to put his team into the final. And through to the final they go. Charlie Murphy has hit the match-winning dart on both occasions. Number 4 for the title.
Please show your appreciation for the winner of the Influencer Pairs event, George Scaife and Adam Lipscombe.
He seems to be out. That's what he is, Charlie Murphy. A couple more visits yet. We're not going to need that.
Bosh.
Pie Face is through.
And he's absolutely buzzing.
It was a game that Pie Face dominated throughout.
That title defence begins next week here at the Modus Super Series. Andreas Harrison returning for the third week of action in Series A. He'll be in Group A along with a whole host of top tungsten talents, including Reece Robinson, who also featured in that Champions Week, a previous Champions Week participant in John Henderson, Tommy Morris, Niall Cullerton and Gilbert van der Meijden. Some big names in Groups B and C as well. That is Week 3 here at the Super Series as the reigning champion begins his title defence. But who will be the champion of Week 2? Well, we know that Jim Long is safely through from this group. Justin Hood has just taken a huge step to joining him, and Chris Quantock can do the same here if he can beat Adam Mould, who would be eliminated with defeat in this game.
So, last chance saloon for Adam Mould. It feels like a sentence we've been saying throughout the course of the evening, but now we officially are in that territory for him. But Chris Quantock, who, in terms of level of performance, hasn't changed one bit from last night, but the difference is now he's getting the results to show for the standard he has produced. He's now put himself in a very strong suit, and I think on the basis of 8 games, if Chris Quantock failed to progress through, he can feel a little bit hard done by.
140.
He's just one of those players that you would put down in the category of solid. He may not be the type of player that pulls in 110 or 112 averages, but
57.
you kind of know where he's going to be, and the level that he kind of attains is still of a very high standard that if you're slightly off it, you're going to get punished.
121.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that could be actually attributed to the majority of players in this group. Don't really look at any of them and think, well, they're going to smash any ceilings, but
140.
they could win any weeks. It's not about the one big performance, it's about consistency, isn't it? And doing it time and time again, and as Henry put it, if your opponent's off, making sure you take advantage of that.
However, leaving tops after 12 is just a leg filled with excellence, no matter who you are.
40.
13 darts to get up and running, and Adam Mould is quickly running out of lives here.
Yeah, you do know that we've started the match with that analysis. He is going to average 127 and win the game.
Game on.
That's a curse I could live with, to be honest.
91.
Yeah, but now you said that, we'll have a leg where there's 13 darts missed at double one. Either way, we'll both be right
43.
and wrong.
No, that was this afternoon, Henry.
Yeah, but at least you got a fist bump at the end of it.
Well, this is nice from Mouldy.
140.
Only the 140, but down to 270. And that is why he got rid of the
66.
The one in the previous visit. Scored 91 with his first visit, but it means just one treble here. And he's on a finish. But why settle for one when you can have 3-8?
100.
Well, the early signs here is this is going to be an absolute corker of a contest. Potential 11 darter here for Adam Mould.
50.
Bedded the bull, but couldn't find the outer ring. Everything about Chris Quantock is so quick, isn't it?
40.
Oh, that's a mess from Mould. Well, what are you doing? He says. Double 10.
20.
Missing is what he's doing. But just look at this now. No sooner has Mould retrieved his darts, Quantock is ready to throw. Even his beard grew quick, didn't it? Was clean shaven on Monday.
41. Adam, you require 20.
Double 10 to square
Game
up
shot on a second
1-1.
leg, Adam Mould.
Well, I know Quantock's from York, but he gets on with it like a whippet, doesn't he?
Third leg, it's Chris to throw first. Game on.
Lay off the stereotypes, pal.
60. 81.
Mind you, I don't fit those
83.
stereotypes. Should we do a guess? Guess what breed of dog I've got? Should we do that? No. I'll just tell you. It's a multi-poo.
180. 100.
Well, Adam Mould can't afford to make a dog's dinner of this contest, because if he does, will he be consigned to the tarting kennel?
80.
Well, I know Wallace and Gromit's back for a Christmas
100.
special this year, but if Quantock can win this game, you feel like he's got the
160.
cheese. We've got a big finish on offer. Another one of them. Tops a Mould.
140.
Doesn't go.
Chris, you require
Missed the dart
158.
for the break, and for once, Chris Quantock has taken a little bit of time, but even when he puts the dart back into the stem and the flight, the pit stops are quick. Or maybe it's not. It looked like it was going to be a pit stop like McLaren. Now it turns out to be a pit stop like Ferrari. We've all been there before, haven't we? Under pressure and the flight just won't go in the stem. And he's not going to fire the 158 either. And so Mould's going to come back for double 10 to break the throw and to
58.
take a 2-1 lead
Adam,
in
you
this
require
contest.
20. Game shot
Mould
on the
strikes
third
gold and
leg,
does
Adam
have that
Mould.
advantage. Surely he's not
Fourth
going to pull it
flag,
off,
it's
is he,
Adam
and
to
turn
throw
this around
first.
tonight.
Game on.
Quantock's remaining game, remember, is against Jim Long, who has now been beaten. Adam Lipscombe has 2 to play. Justin Hood would secure
134.
qualification with victory against Lipscombe in the game that follows this.
140. 80.
Fair to say, this is a proper contest. I'll quickly go and retrieve them, Chris.
180.
Not you, Quantock.
Yeah, he needed to use his speed then.
46. 91.
So Quantock leaving himself on 90 to square this game back up at 2 apiece.
60.
And will not need to chase
Richie
around the
require
bullseye at the end
90.
of this visit if he doesn't want to. Which is why he attacks the 18s. Now one of them will leave himself tops, but he's missed the big number, the
41.
cardinal sin. It's lesson 1 of Rod Harrington Dart School. Don't miss the big number.
137. Chris, you require 49.
Make sure of that here. Can he make sure of the double?
29.
No, he can't.
Adam, you require 44. Game shot on the
So
full
Adam
flag. Adam Mould.
This is getting interesting, folks.
Fifth flag. It's Chris to throw first. Game on.
And who will enjoy this more than anybody else? Justin Hood, who plays Adam Lipscombe next. There is a conceivability that Adam wins his game against... if Adam Mould wins this game, Justin Hood wins the next one. Long beats Quantock, and then Mould beats Lipscombe in the last. You'd have Quantock, Lipscombe and Mould all tied on 6 points. And then the big question will be where the legs difference lay at the end of that one. But the one thing that Quantock will have in his favour twofold is an advantage in terms of legs difference right now and an advantage in terms of legs won.
However, that leg difference could get worse here, couldn't it? If Mould wins this leg. It's not always just the points that make the prizes.
98.
The legs can be important as well. We did see one group
41.
come down to averages recently, didn't we?
170.
Yeah, poor old Ryan Finesse. This could be a finesse way to finish. He's already found the fish this week, Adam Mould. And he can really tin again.
Adam Mould.
What a way to finish it off for Adam Mould. A 4-1 win against Chris Quantock. Finished off with a 170 out. And that just keeps him in contention. As for Chris Quantock, well, he manages to crack a smile, but inside he will be devastated. Adam Mould with a 4-1 win against Chris Quantock with an average of 97.5. Finishing off with the big fish finale. He gets a better recording in that one. Next up, Adam Lipscombe up against Justin Hood. This a huge game as the race to see who makes it through continues to intensify. Welcome back to the Modus Super Series, where before the break we saw Adam Mould get the better of Chris Quantock by 4 legs to 1. And what a way to round off the game as well, reeling in the big fish for the second time in this Group B campaign. And it just about keeps his hopes alive of progressing through to tomorrow night's final. He's going to have to win his last game against Adam Lipscombe to guarantee that. Lipscombe can also move on to 6 points here and keep Justin Hood at bay.
First leg, it's Adam
Win
to
for
throw first.
Justin here
Game
would
on.
see him guarantee P2 in the group and guarantee that Happy Feet will be darting and dancing on the
100.
stage when it comes to Saturday night's action here at the Live Lounge. But I just wonder how Adam Lipscombe's going to assess upon this evening. 2 defeats so far. There's been promising
121.
signs, but he hasn't really been able to string it all together over the course of a match.
Well, at least he will feel it's still in his hands. If he
100.
wins his last couple of games, he's almost certain to go through.
180.
Not
100.
necessarily be enough, because of course Chris Quantock could beat Jim Long, get to 8 points himself, which is what Lipscombe can get as a maximum tonight.
123.
Also means that despite that great work from Adam Mould in the previous match, he could be out before he plays in the last game this evening.
55. Justin, you require 77.
So 77 for Justin Hood. This could be for an 11 dart breaker throw to kickstart the game. Nice mark of that on the double 10. But
No
he strays
score.
it below. He's burst the score,
Adam,
and
you
he may have to
require
go back to the start. He may
146.
not come back at all.
Well, he will come back, but this might be the little lucky turn of events that
106.
Lipscombe
Justin, you
needs.
require
Hood's going to have to do it all again. And this time it's only 1 dart, a double.
57.
And he can't find
Adam,
it.
you require 40.
The double top target that Adam has 3 at.
Strays wide. Double 16, 1 in hand.
8.
Now it's Adam's turn to
Justin, you
miss
require
Mould to pull
20.
opportunities.
And that's been the real problem for him tonight. He has been getting to the end of legs. He's been having darts at double, but he's been missing many of them.
Game shot on the
And that
first
one's
leg.
punished.
Justin Hood.
Justin Hood, a leg to the good, getting the breaker throw. Lipscombe
Second
limbering
leg,
up
it's
in the
Justin to go
background.
first. Game on. $92.
A few loose darts being chucked here by
45.
Lipscombe. There we see the angle of entry, quite unorthodox, sort of kicking across
137.
that first one there. The next two were more straightly pitched. And it's actually interesting, isn't it, when you see Adam Lipscombe's darts, they're
59.
only very slightly standing to attention, almost flat. And you don't really see that from the standard camera angle.
Well, everything about the Lipscombe action
77.
just
79.
reminds myself of Peter Manley, the rock and the release.
60.
Worked for Manley on many stages, but didn't work for him on this particular stage.
Although he did have a bit of fun.
134.
Always the case with 1 dart.
He even tried to play some
100.
mind games, didn't he, on
Justin,
that
you
stage?
require
But
59.
Justin Hood looking to lead this game 2-0. Tops for 14 darter.
Game shot
And
on the
Hood
second
is halfway
leg.
there.
Justin Hood.
Well, a defeat here for Adam Lipscombe would be damaging, but a heavy defeat would be pretty much fatal.
Third leg. It's Adam to throw first. Game on. $100.
It feels like panic stations are beginning to set in
93.
for Adam.
Well, if he were to lose 4-0, he's probably going to have to win
100.
by a similar scoreline in his last match and hope that Quantock is beaten heavily by Jim Long. Really needs to get some legs on the board as a minimum requirement in this
134.
game.
100.
Well, Adam's 3/5 of the way towards the red pen leg. 3 tons to kickstart leg 3.
100.
But he may need a little bit more than that to win leg 3. He's going to need to find a treble here.
41.
And now he's handed the ascendancy back to the man from Glastonbury for the double breaker, throwing a 3-0 lead.
60.
Needs something
Adam, you require
to
160.
spark himself, to just give him that little bit of impetus this evening. Hasn't been there for Adam Lipscombe.
95. Justin, you require 114.
Well, double 17 for the
80.
114.
Adam, you require
Not
65.
to be, and so Lipscombe looking at 65. He's going to get a dart at double top.
45.
Doesn't find it. He's had darts
Justin, you
to
require
pretty much win
34.
every leg in this contest.
Game shot on the third
Well, there we
leg.
go, it's
Justin
3-0.
Hurd.
Now to Justin Hood. This is getting desperate for Adam
Fourth
Lipscombe.
leg. It's Justin to throw first. Game on. 60. 60. 100. 140.
Well, Lipscombe here very much on the ropes, but he's not giving up on the task just yet.
82. 134.
Well, he could find himself in the worst position of anybody at the end of this game. And we'd be looking at the last game as Adam Mould
47.
needing to beat him
Adam, you
to
require
have that chance to
167.
go through. Of course, it may be irrelevant if Quantock beats Jim Long.
131.
Well, the 131 leaves Lipscombe on double 18 after 12 to get a leg on the board. Much improved leg this for Baby Boy.
123. Adam, you require
But Justin's left himself on a
36.
2-darter if this isn't converted. And Lipscombe's voodoo in this match has been the doubling. And it's a trait that could end up being
27.
fatal.
Justin, you require 89.
Because Hurd is back for 89 to win the contest. He's going to have a dart at double 5 to win it 4-0. And
shot
finds
and the
the
match,
dart at double
Justin
5
Hurd.
to win 4-0. And Justin Hood is through to tomorrow night's final. Happy Feet will be returning to the Saturday night fold. Last Saturday, he won a challenge tour. He'll be hoping that tomorrow night, Saturday night, yields Super Series success. For Adam Lipscombe, that's a 4-0 defeat, which pretty much puts him behind the 8 ball. Coming up after the break, we're going to watch Jim Long and Chris Quantock in action. And for Quantock, well, he doesn't even need a victory. It's going to be legs that's in play for him to progress through.
Hang on a minute.
Wow! Oh my God! Well, that's £100 down the drain already.
Itching to hit the 180.
He's gone for the maximum.
Team for the bull. Bull.
53.
No, he said bull. That's a great first out from Adam. Oh, look at this. He's going to leave Scape.
Oh, can you believe it? That is unbelievable. Get match darts to put his team into the final. And through to the final they go. Charlie Murphy has hit the match-winning dart on both occasions. Double 4 for the title.
Please show your appreciation for the winner of the Influencer Pairs event, George Scaife and Adam Lipscombe.
He seems to be out, that's what he is, Charlie Murphy. A couple more visits yet. We're not going to need that.
Bosh.
Pie Face is through.
And he's absolutely buzzing.
It was a game that Pie Face dominated throughout.
Welcome back to the Modus Super Series, where Jim Long and Justin Hood have confirmed qualification for finals night from Group B, and Chris Quantock can join them with victory over Long in this penultimate match of the night. If Quanny wins it, that is it. The 3 through from Group B are confirmed, and the 6 for the Saturday showpiece are all set in stone. But a victory for Jim Long, and it will go down to the last game of the evening. There are a few more detailed permutations. I'll start with one for a few anxious people in Portsmouth, and that is that if Chris Quantock gets to 2 legs in this game, it would mean that Adam Lipscombe could not qualify. Only Adam Mould would be able to get through from the final game. If Long wins this one 4-0 or 4-1, then it is game on for Lipscombe. That last match between himself and Mould becomes very, very tasty. But the most straightforward one is a win for Quantock, and he does not have to worry.
Treat it like a knockout match will be the thinking in the mind of Chris Quantock.
45.
Jim Long, he is known since game 2 this evening that he is going to be playing in what is now tonight's final, because we're almost 12:30 on Saturday morning here in Portsmouth in the United Kingdom.
So Long, Hood, Jeff Smith, Shane Hayward, and Moreno McKells.
96.
They're all there. One more can join them. Hope you'll be here as well. If you are able to make it, you're in and around Portsmouth tomorrow. It's 60. A really good, cheap night out, but one that you will remember for a while. Tickets available via that QR code. Just a £2 booking fee.
174.
And if you can't make it, then of course do tune in and watch the action live on the Super Series YouTube channel from 7:30 UK time.
100. Chris, you require 50.
Well, these are nervous times for the Lipscombe supporter base.
30.
Doesn't go. Long's back for 96 to take out the opening leg. That's a nice guy for the treble, but decides to go double-double, and so Quantock comes back for double 10, and he's going to leave himself on double 2, Jim Long, in case there's a mishap from Quantock, but there isn't going to be one. Quantock breaks, leads 1-0.
Second leg, it's Chris to throw first. Game on.
Long hoping to shrug that one off. But every leg
96.
makes it less likely that the local hero will be on stage on Saturday. Yep, Henry Deacon will be presenting from the studio.
They said hero, not zero.
And when I said local,
42.
I meant very local, like pretty much the Deacon household.
120.
Well, the thing is, Jim Long could actually do himself a favour in this game, because if he can beat Quantock, and he can beat Quantock heavily, and I don't mean this with any disrespect to the two Adams, but you sense the way that the three of them have played this week. Chris Quantock's probably the most dangerous quantity tomorrow night out of the three.
137.
I have liked the look of Adam Mould as well. Didn't look like that he would have a chance of getting through, but he's still in with a squeak as things stand.
But it just shows the difference of Group B compared to Group C, where you do get a little bit more wriggle room after the first night's play, whereas in a Group C, if you've had a bad first day, the chance of you getting through are
76.
verging on slim to impossible. Well, they're looking slim to impossible here, no matter what. If Quantock takes out the 72, we can tick one Adam off the list, Lipscombe. And then Mould will be praying that Jim Long can mount the comeback
98.
charge.
Christian requires 72. Game shot.
So that confirms that
Chris
Adam
Quantock.
Lipscombe will not be in action on finals night. Chris Quantock
Third leg,
maybe
it's
is
Jim
2
to
legs
throw
away
first.
from joining Jim
Game
and
on.
Justin. Are you sticking with your earlier assertion, Henry, that Jeff Smith remains the most likely player to take the title tomorrow?
Yes.
119.
And you'll be asking a mystery guest that question. Do tune in from 7:30 p.m. to find out who
41.
will be joining us as part of our punditry and commentary team for a debut of sorts. It is a player that's ineligible to play in the Super Series, but we'll be very happy to host him tomorrow night, or tonight if you want to be pedantic.
96.
Well, if we're going to be really pedantic, in 19 hours' time.
$134.
It's actually 18 hours and 59 minutes, Henry.
Don't let facts get in the way.
80. Jimmy require 148.
Chris Quantock's got in the way of Jim Long so far in this game, but Long may change that here.
$140.
However, Jim Long is just beginning to turn it on here.
121. Jimmy require 8.
The spells have been spellbinding this week.
Game shot on the
And that's a
third leg,
13
Jim
yards to
Long.
get himself back into the contest at 2-1. The only reason why I'm just
Fourth flag.
pitching
It's
the
Chris
tent
to throw
with
first.
Jeff
Game on.
is I think finals night is bred upon consistency and big moments going
100.
in the right direction. And I just think Jeff's one of those players that will play at such a streamlined level that it will just suppress the spurts of others.
100.
However, I would not be surprised one bit if we see an all-Canadian
140.
final tomorrow night. It was what we thought was going to be the case at the beginning of the week. It could apparent at the end of the week.
41.
Well, funny enough, when Jeff Smith played in the previous series, he lost in an
100.
all-Canadian semi-final, didn't he? David Cameron got the better of Smith, as it was then Bradley Roos who saw off Cameron in the final.
$123. Chris, you require 161.
It'd be quite something, wouldn't it, that twice Jeff Smith in 2 series might come all the way from Canada to Portsmouth, UK, and get knocked out by Canadian opposition on each occasion.
Playing Canada. Quantock 70 for a 3-1 lead. It will put him a leg away from qualifying for Saturday night's finale. Tops is what he wants. Tops is what he gets. 14 data. And Chris Quantock is a leg away from the final now.
It also means that
5th flag. It's Jim to throw first.
he's put himself in the best possible position here. He's got a little bit of insurance.
100.
And there is the scenario of a dead heat still on the cards between himself and Adam Mould.
93.
If Long comes back and wins this game 4-3, and then Mould beats Adam Lipscombe by the same scoreline, the pair of them would be tied on everything.
$57.
Chris Quantock lost out to Adam Mould 4-1 tonight.
43.
But he only beat him 4-3 yesterday, so in that scenario, Mould would sneak through. They would have been level on points, leg difference, legs
100.
won, and it would come down to the, well, they'd be level on the head-to-head in terms of the result. It would come down to the legs won in the head-to-head.
60.
Which would be a big relief for Adam Mould, because if he went down to the averages, quite simply put, Quantock would have got the jump.
He can avoid any such drama if he can just win one more leg in this match.
44.
It has been a week littered with players winning 4-3 from 3-0 down. We began the week one of them scorelines.
140.
We saw them at the beginning of the session today with Arnie Spiel losing to Shane Hayward from 3-0 up.
$45.
A long and opportunity and an opening there to really take advantage of this 5th leg. Thus, Quantock will feel he's got 6 for the match and 6 to send himself through.
Jim, you
And quite
require
simply put, this has to go.
155.
Well, it could go. Treble 19 for the double.
117. Chris, you require 50.
Not to be, but this is Quanny's chance to send himself through. Tops. And Quantock has qualified. He is the final man through to tomorrow night's final. And look what it means to him. He had an uphill battle tonight, but he knew if he produced the type of darts that he did yesterday, he would stand every chance. He did exactly that, and he got his just awards. A 4-1 victory against Jim Long secures his place through to the finals, alongside Justin Hood, alongside the man he's just beat, Jim Long, into Saturday night's final. Quantock is through. The final 3 players through to tomorrow night's final have been confirmed, which means the last game of the evening between Adam Mould and Adam Lipscombe are the bottom 2 battling it out for the wooden spoon.
Welcome to the party in Portsmouth here at the Modus Live Lounge.
They've both got the talent where they can just reel off leg after leg and dish out a heavy defeats. And what a way to start the day. We're up and running here on Champions Week with a maximum.
Well, what a way to finish a 12-dart leg.
Beautiful check out there from Cam Crabtree.
Only
needs the one.
Game shot on the second leg. Darius
What are you saying about efficiency?
shot on the third leg. Reece
Is that
Robinson.
the moment that Reece Robinson comes alive in this crucial clash? Looks like he's going to go for it. And it is right next to his favourite double top. And he gets the job done at the earliest possibility. That is Crabtree through.
Case not so. Harrison gets the all-important win.
Game shot on the second leg. Darius Labanowski. Game shot.
Josh Smith, is it
Darius Labanowski.
a 9? A long time. And that clenched fist.
Game shot. Undermark.
He gets the job done in the end. He was nodding in total agreement because
Game shot on the fourth flag.
Just
Darius
like that.
Labanowski.
only needs the one. There you can see.
That she can unlock at any moment, but that is quality from Harrison. This would be a wake-up.
Welcome to the party in Pompey. Should be a good marker for him, and is. It was a great guide.
Shot on the first leg. Andreas Harrison.
It's a breaker throw for Andreas Harrison.
Shot on the second leg. Dan Crabtree.
Consecutive breaker throw. Double 16 is found.
And he does lead. It's not an 11, but it's a beautiful 12, treble 17, which he gets. Bullseye for the win. Absolutely incredible by Andreas Harrison.
He's Andreas Dirty Harrison!
Welcome back to the Modus Super Series, where before the break, Chris Quantock got the better of Jim Long by 4 legs to 1 to seal his place through to tomorrow night's final. It means that all 6 players are going to be playing in the showpiece Saturday occasion. Have now been confirmed. Jim Long and Justin Hood also through this group. They'll be joined by Shane Hayward, Moreno Michels, alongside Jeff Smith, who won Group A on Wednesday afternoon into the big night. And so for these two, Adam Mould and Adam Lipscombe, they're playing for pride, they're playing for places. The loser will get the wooden spoon. The winner will finish 4th and will pick up a few extra pennies in the purse at the end of their campaign.
Yeah, both have contributed greatly, but it's been a disastrous night for Adam Lipscombe in particular. Was in a very good position
100
to build on at the start of the evening, having won half of his matches yesterday, but has lost all of his games this evening. And it means that there will be no homecoming party in Portsmouth for the local hero. He will have to wait until the next series.
85.
Well, there will be a homecoming party. It'll be in about 20 minutes' time, but it will just be to a darkened front door.
That's if they let him in.
61.
Oh, that is harsh, isn't it? Now, as I was saying, they've both contributed greatly, and
45.
I just think that bit of pressure was on his shoulders tonight. Just noticed sort of halfway through the evening, he started really taking his time over doubles, and when he did take his time, he was missing by big margins.
171.
That's a great setup by Mould, who has been good this evening, gave himself a chance, but the damage was done last night for him, wasn't it?
Even if he just picked up 1 win
92.
yesterday, he would have been in a very good position. But if ifs and buts can make a bag of nuts, it's all about bragging rights. It's all about not finishing bottom.
40.
Well, this is tops. Now double 10. Not the worst guide, but he can't use it.
Score.
Grazes the wire.
Adam, you require 92.
And so Lipscombe back for 92 to take out leg 1 against the throw. And he's going to get a dart at double 6.
86.
He's on the inside, and so Mould will return once more to hold.
So, double 5. Didn't really
No
look like he
score.
wanted to go for it, did he?
Adam, you require 6.
Paul Nicholson calls this the trap door.
Game shot on the first
But
leg.
Lipscombe
Adam
has unlocked the
Lipscombe.
keys and he leads 1-0. The problem is, he probably opened the door and he realised nobody was home.
Second leg, it's Adam Lipscombe to throw first. Game on.
You watch him in this game, he won't pause for any double and he'll hit. Just got to treat every game the same, haven't you? I know it's easier said than done sitting here in the cheap seats. We heard from Shane Hayward
45.
this afternoon talking about lessons learned. And he said, you know, every time he comes here, he watches back
40.
on the YouTube channel and analyses his own game and thinks, right, he said last time he was stood in the wrong position. And he put that right for this visit. So much to be
96.
taken in from playing game after game after game here at the Super Series.
Well, analysis in darts is becoming something which
40.
is becoming more and more towards the focal point. You look at other sports, football for example, you'll have analysts and you play a game on the Saturday, you go into training on a Monday morning, and one of the first things you'll do at training is the manager, the head coach, whoever, you'll look back at the tape of Saturday, the way the game went, what went right, what went
60.
wrong, and that's used as the feed on the training field to put certain things right going into the next game. And darts is no different in that respect. And to be perfectly honest, the players that don't look at
60.
it from that type of viewpoint will be the ones that in time will be dragged behind.
123.
When you're playing well, it helps to know why you're playing well. And then when you're not playing so well, it helps to know how you can get there.
43. Adam, you require 138.
Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. No
Game
trouble
shot
at
on the
all.
second leg,
Freedom
Adam Lipscombe.
from Lipscombe. The shackles are off and the standard
Third
shoots through
leg,
the
it's
roof.
Adam Mould to throw first. Game on.
Well, you can at least raise a smile.
By the way, when the last dart hits a double, don't exit the coverage immediately because Henry will be having a chat with one of our qualifiers tonight. Chris Quantock. He's going to be
48.
assessing his evening and his chances at finals night tomorrow.
140.
He's having fun now.
I don't believe it. That was almost unbelievable.
123. $60.
He's only in the double breaker throw, Lipscombe. He's already had the 138 check in this match. Can he find 161? It'll put him 3-0 to the good. He may have to take it because Mould's found himself on a single to double combo.
Now, is he a fun guy, Adam Mould? Will he consider going straight for the bullseye?
50.
Well, I hope he didn't. Double 8.
34. Adam, you require 64.
16's corridor for Lipscombe. Double 8. For the double break for 3-0. Doesn't go.
48. Adam, you require 16.
Again, though, no pause, and they were decent darts. I think that is maybe something to consider in future.
Game shot on the third leg.
Adam Mould.
Adam Mould.
Ensures he won't be whitewashed in the final game of Group B.
Fourth leg. It's Adam Lipscombe to throw first. Game on.
And just shows the standard of this group. You look
100.
at finals night tomorrow, you put either of these players in the mix and you think they're potential winners. Neither is going to be there.
Adam Mould, a former winner. He's got
45.
form on that stage. Adam Lipscombe, a player, you mentioned, looking more likely to win on that stage.
140.
We have to say in the end, the Oscar Pies didn't get it wrong. They had Long and Hood as the two favourites. They're the top two in the group. They had Lipscombe
75.
and Mould as the outsiders, and they're the two players that eventually haven't qualified. Well, Adam, knowing exactly where everything was on the stage, so when he had to go back the one way, make sure he didn't obscure our camera angle. Good boy, Adam.
41.
Lipscombe has 6 to move 3-1 in front.
83.
And that's a minimum guarantee.
I do hope that Adam Lipscombe
100.
still comes along
Adam, you require 83.
tomorrow. I'm sure we'll have fine time to chat with him if he does. $18 left. He just checks with the referee, Jack Garwood.
74.
Who confirms. And again, it wasn't far away.
Well, there was an argument there to split because Adam's all the way back on 240 and you don't want things to begin to get very messy unnecessarily. And you could have spurt in the dark right there and then had 3 in hand no matter what happened as long as you stayed straight enough.
97. Adam, you require 9.
Well, this is for 3-1. Double 4.
Game shot
And
on
it
a
goes.
full flag.
Lipscombe's a leg
Adam
away
Lipscombe.
from winning this wooden spoon contest.
5th flag. It's Adam Mould to throw first.
I think that might be
Game
important
on.
to him as well to make sure he doesn't have a pointless night on that stage. It could very much have the
140.
feeling of being back to square one, and that long wait, of course, it's still, well, pretty much 3
100.
months until the start of the next series. That's the quickest that he could return.
And take it from a man who won a lot of wooden spoons.
60.
You don't want to be picking them up.
$81.
The irony was winning the wooden spoon and the egg and spoon. Left with egg on the face.
91.
If you had egg on your face in a egg and spoon race, you did something really wrong.
95.
I hope we have a good crowd tomorrow to egg the players on. As the week comes up to the boil.
80.
Well, can Lipscombe sign off in style?
100. Adam, you require 145.
145 to do so. Does it in reverse.
85. Adam, you require 80.
To keep the contest going and to force Lipscombe to serve it out in the next. Tops.
60.
Doesn't go, so Lipscombe's
Adam, you
back for the win.
require 60.
Double top then.
Game shot.
And he gets
and
it
the
in.
match,
Adam Lipscombe does indeed get a victory under his belt here in Portsmouth in Group B after 3 straight defeats that put him out of contention. He signs off with a victory over Adam Mould. Well, Lipscombe gets the victory there, 86.83 the average, 4 out of 8 on the doubles, including that sublime 1-3-8. But he goes out, Adam Mould goes out with him, and it is Jim Long, Justin Hood and Chris Quantock who go through to finals night from this group. Lipscombe won't be there, but a man who will be is Chris Quantock, and he is alongside Henry Deacon.
He is, thank you very much. Chris Quantock, as you can see, is alongside me here in the studio. Many congratulations. You must have felt the way you played on night 1, that you must have had a very good chance going into this evening.
I would have thought so. I mean, I felt like I played really well. I just was unfortunate on, on the wins, but I'll take 2 points. And hopefully, I mean, I threw 90 averages all the way through, so I was quite happy with that.
In terms of this evening, overall, very happy the way you played as well as the points?
Yeah, I mean, I still, like say again, I played pretty well tonight. All right, some games, it's maybe a bit hit and miss. Got a couple of chances, but that's what you got to do. You got to take it, haven't you? So I'm quite happy.
Well, we're seeing some of your best moments from this evening here. What do you think was your best suit tonight? Because it felt like some of the big shots came at big times. Your time was very much on point.
I suppose, yeah, it was. I don't know. It just seemed to go in. Like I was quite happy with it. It was just one of those things. Played really well. I don't know. I felt like, I felt like under pressure, I was like, well, I'm a bit wavy, but it seemed like everyone seemed to say I seemed to hit the double at the right time. So
let's talk about yourself a little bit. We haven't had a chance to speak to you properly so far this week. Where's the darts been away from the Super Series?
Just local league, really. Not really done a lot. I played at the ADC recently. I never got to play in Leicester, the Challenge Tour, because I decided stupidly to agree to work and then realised it was on a Challenge Tour weekend, but it's just how it goes, isn't it?
Well, we're actually watching. This is the moment against Jim Long, which you got the job done. Relief at this point with the celebration?
Yeah. I said to Jim afterwards, I was like, sorry, give it a bit, but it was one of those, like, I'm not one for celebrating, but it was one of those, like, I needed to win, so.
Well, you're a man who's won a week before here at the Super Series. How much would you like to double that particular tally?
It would be nice. Yeah, I probably enjoy that. Getting there again. I mean, I've been close a few times, never got there, and the first time I got there was, successful, so it'd be nice to do it again.
We're going to have another little chat with you in just a second, Chris. What we're going to do is confirm your place into the finals tomorrow evening and everybody else's place through to the finals tomorrow evening. Jess Smith winning Group A on Monday, Tuesday and Wednesday. Jim Long and Justin Hood joining Chris Quantock in the finals through Group B, whereas this afternoon Shane Hayward and Marina Michels won their places through Group C. Now, this is how the groups are going to look going into tomorrow night's finals. Chris is going to join Shane Hayward and Jim Long in Group 2, whilst Group 1 is going to see Jess Smith, Justin Hood and Marina Michels all in action. Now, that's the first time you've actually had to have the chance to have a look at the group you're in tomorrow. You're going to renew your rivalry with Jim Long, and Shane Hayward's also going to be in there as well. How much have you been watching of this week and seeing the other players in action?
Well, not a lot, really. I've seen early doors, obviously, Jim and Jeff playing really well, and I thought, in fairness, me and Jim was talking about at the back there, like we weren't sure who was going to be in which group and how it worked, so to me, just another game. Hopefully I'll win both.
Do you think sometimes actually, as a darts player, ignorance can be a little bit bliss?
Yeah, I mean, I prefer not to know who it is and how to play, just go up there, and if you win your game, happy days.
Well, it's been happy days for yourself, Chris. Many congratulations. We'll see you tomorrow night. Hopefully we'll see you tomorrow night as well. The coverage gets underway from 7:30 on the Super Series YouTube channel to see who is going to join Tom Sykes into Champions Week. Well, Chris Quantock lost a belt to Tom Sykes, but he's hoping to join him into Champions Week tomorrow evening. We'll see you then. Bye for now.